Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
So I thought. I actually had depression after giving birth. The stress was a lot on me.
Amazing.
You know, you wake up, you cry. You want to go to bed, you cry. The baby will be crying, so you'll be crying. Let's cry together. That was what was happening most of the time. And my ex-husband was not there for me.
Okay.
You know, there is this thing they say about men that you can't see a man 100% when you guys are not married yet.
Okay.
And there is this part of them that you see after marriage. And the fact is that you would have seen the signs. But most times we ladies ignore it. I was dealing with a traditional man, a man that believes in how he was brought up.
How did that make you feel?
I don't want to be emotional. I just felt at that point like, this person is, at least, that was the only word that was just coming like.
You rise above that. How did you surmount that phase of your life, even after pregnancy?
You know, there was a timing. And that was my name, Adeagbo Oluwasheyi. I am actually very skilled. I said marriage is a beautiful thing. It's not just for everybody.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right. The way I see people, the way I see different human beings, I see people as humans that are in different layers. So there are layers that we show people in different respects. If people look at you right now as Sheyi Susu, there is a layer that they know about you. There's a part that they know about you, and the same thing applies to me also. So I want us to start this conversation today by getting to know that layer about you that people don't really get to know about, that people are not even familiar with at all. So I will start by asking, who exactly are you?
Oh God. Okay. Let me start by introducing myself. Well, my name, Adeagbo Oluwasheyi.
Okay.
And then who I am, I'm just a little girl who grew up in an average family, middle class, and maybe because of the way we're all brought up, they've taught us to be independent on our own very early. So it's made it kind of easy after I got to school to work for money. So I feel like, well, I've had so many experiences in life too that's shaping where I am today. You know, there are some tough situations you will be that would literally help you in becoming who you are right now. So when we say who I am, I'm just a little girl that's striving to make it in life.
Amazing, amazing. So those are amazing stuff that you have said about yourself. You know, the other time you were talking, you spoke about the way you were brought up. You had to be introduced into making money for yourself very early in life. I want us to talk about that.
Okay. My mom is actually a trader. She's a businesswoman. While my dad makes paints and he takes all the, let's just say, a contractor. So growing up, we always help my mom. She has like a very big store in the market. So we're already used to going to the store in the morning, you know, carrying goods. You can carry like 10 cartons of biscuits on your head. Wow. Also, take all the goods to our customers, count money. So all those things has actually helped us. Negotiation with customers, how to get customers to buy and all of that. And then getting to school, one thing my dad did was, do you have anything in mind? Is there anything you want to do? Because as at then, I think I'm talking about 2015, 2016 now. Entry school, I came to OAU with just 10,000 naira that time. And that 10,000 was given to me for a month. So when I got to school, that 10,000 naira did not actually last a week. You know, first week in school.
Was that 10,000 naira plus your transportation?
They brought me to...
Oh, they brought you. I mean, your transportation to register courses,
exactly, everything.
To do everything.
Yes, they've paid my school fee before I came to school. So when I noticed how it was going, I think the first semester I was able to like just keep roughing it. I was like, you know what, I cannot continue like this, because within 1 week, all the money is gone and you have to start literally begging your friends to like help you. Even when you have food stuff, you still have to go for classes. And I was in education. So our courses are always very, like our classes, the lectures are always very, very far. So you can't even trek it. You might have to like take bike. So all those things actually helped me say, okay, you know what, let me just come up with more money. So I think they sent me my allowance for that money, and I told my dad that I'm thinking of starting a small thing. And when I was in secondary school, I used to make beads. I'm thinking of, it was like, there's no extra money. Maybe you should use your allowance. That time they used to give me 5K allowance for a month. So I used that money to buy thrift wears. There's this place before you get to Ojatutu.
Okay.
There is this Hausa people that are there that sell clothes.
Okay.
So I go there, I'll pick 200 naira, 300 naira, take it to campus. I stay at alumni hall.
Okay.
I would take it to hostels, rooms, and sell, and then use the profit to actually take care of myself. So that's how I was like doing it. So basically, maybe because of the experience we've had while we were growing up, it's already helped us to like prepare ourselves for business. No, of course, not everybody started business at the same time. And I'm the last one of my family, and I can say I was the first person to start doing business.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
So I think that's what I meant by
amazing. Do you have any growing up? Do you have any negative experience that shaped the knowledge that you have as far as business is concerned? Because you mentioned the other time you said you were the last born, so that was all precedented. Normally, you would want to think that, because I can see my brother, my elder brother or my elder sister doing it, okay. So I'm learning from them. So you seem to be the first, even though you, by position, you were the last born. So you seem to be the first in the family to take up that business skill, and you were able to surmount all the challenges on your way. So I want to ask you, were there negative experiences that you had at home that shaped or that propelled you to say, you know what, I'm going to try to make money for myself?
Actually, like I mentioned, the money they give me at home is very little. And by the time I got to school, our first one was already married, which means she literally have her own family. So there was no support from anybody then. So the little support I get is just the little they give me. And myself and my other sister were in school at the same time. And she was studying civil engineering. And that time there was priority. Yeah. I was studying education, language, arts. Okay. So to my parents, they're like, oh my God, she's in school. Okay. So they pay more attention to the civil engineer. Sister, yeah, because they would have practicals, they will have tests, even though it's not like they do everything, but they still pay more attention to us. So that already from the scratch, I already feel like, you know what, I'm on my own. Let me just focus on myself, because obviously my parents are not really focused on taking care of me the way I would have wanted. So I think that actually helped me a bit to take my life more serious. And then what I went through in part one, having to borrow money from people and all of that, actually helped me to just focus on making money. And one thing about money, once you taste it, once you start making money for yourself, you don't want to stop.
Yeah, of
you
course.
Want more. So that was just it. I just want to keep going. I want to make more. I want to make more. So basically that was it.
How did it make you feel? Or how exactly did you feel when you knew that, you know what, they were not going to be paying more attention to me the way you really wanted? I asked because, of course, we are Africans, and we know that, even everywhere around the world, we know that if we have 3 children or 5 children in a home, we tend to give special attention to the last born. Exactly. But you said now that they didn't give you the attention that you really wanted them to give you, coupled with the fact that you entered to study a particular course that they thought you were not entirely serious, so to say. So how exactly did that make you feel?
At first, as at that time, I was still very young. I was angry. I was not okay with it. And that actually affected the relationship between me and my parents for a very long time, even after school. It took a long time before I could forgive them. Okay. Because, especially because I'm actually I'm grateful that it didn't go the way they thought it would go. And it's actually made me feel very bad. And like I said, that was one thing. That was the first, if I want to start talking about things that has helped me get to this point, at that early stage, it was because of that, the fact that I don't have anybody. Do you get? That was the mindset I already gave myself immediately I got to school and I already noticed the pattern from home. Most time I will have to lie that I'm sick. If I need money to like eat or something, I'll have to tell my friend. My friend will call me. She's at a center. He said we should buy blood. Which blood are we buying? Anyways, that's actually helped us to like get little cash to just survive. Or when the money from the goods I'm making, we've spent everything and we don't have anything, we have to like just look for a way.
I mean, you would like have to get their attention now. You would have to go extra mile.
Exactly.
By lying. Did they used to ask you for medical reports?
No, we used to do it. Sorry.
How did they used to do it?
They don't know how we. But like I said, my friend has like called them.
Your partners in crime, right?
And then when we get that one, even though the money, we end up sending it together, but at least. But that was like one of the methods I had to use, because that was one of the methods I had to resort to, because I wasn't getting the attention I needed.
So for how long did it take you to forgive them entirely?
I think after I gave birth, and I realized that this thing is not easy. I think that actually helped me, because eventually I realized that a lot of responsibility are on them. And like I said, my dad is a contractor. That means work comes once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is constant. And for my mom, she's taking care of me, taking care of my elder sister. They have to take care of home. So I think that when I started thinking from that perspective, I realized that they were actually trying their best as at that time. And they have to like manage whatever they had. Like I said, it wasn't like I was owing school fee or anything. It was just my own personal upkeep. And maybe because of the way they grew up.
Also.
So maybe I think because my elder sisters also had that issue when they were in school. Like lack of funds and all of that. So I think the way they grew up, they're like, okay, because my mom started business when she was in school too. So she believes that you should be able.
You took after your mom.
Exactly. So you should be able to like take care of yourself also. Even though we're all women, that was what she expected.
Do you have any idea, or do you have any glimpse into how they grew up? Have they told you any way, or have you been able to speak with maybe your granddad or your grandma to even understand how your dad and your mom grew up that made them to?
I know a little about my mom.
Okay.
Because I already lost my grandma and grandpa before they gave birth to me. So a little I know about my mom was that while she was in school, she was like one of the big girls on campus because she sells gold at that time. According to her, she said they used to travel to Cotonou to like buy goods. They will keep it because I think the border and all of that, the custom, they might collect those products from me and all of that. So she explains to us. Then when she gets back, she'll sell, and then to like take care of herself. She's the firstborn. She was the one that actually sponsored her own younger siblings throughout, because her mom died early at I think 40 something. So she had to like take the responsibility to take care of her younger siblings.
Amazing.
So I think that was all I know. For my dad is not really the nice person that you can sit down and start gisting without.
Men are oftentimes fond of doing that.
And then they always have this one person that they like to talk to among all of you. So I was not really very.
Who was that person?
My elder sister, as I then. Now I'm the favorite.
Oh, amazing. So how do you feel now? You know, you just said now that now you're the favorite. How does it make you? How do you feel now, knowing that I'm
a lot of burden. Number one, because literally I have to be responsible. Both of them are retired presently, so I have to be responsible for their upkeep. Of course, not just me. My elder sister still born. Larger percentage falls on me at the moment.
Of course, you are the favorite now.
It's fun, it's okay, but at the same time, it's a lot.
Amazing.
But we thank God. God has been helping.
Amazing. Sheyi, let's talk about your entering into motherhood. You know, you made a very important statement the other time when you were talking. You said when you entered into motherhood, that is when you gave birth to your own very handsome boy. By the way, I've met him. And I've said it over and over again, even before we started this show. The first time I saw him, I just loved him immediately. The way he spoke, I was asking I asked him, who exactly is your mom? Because the way he spoke, bold guy, it was not even, I was asking him questions. was at the point I felt I was talking to somebody that were in the same, because I was asking a question, he was giving me answer with straight face, no fear, no, and I liked that. So when I met him, I said, you know what, I want to meet your mom. I really want to know your mom. We were just playing around with a group of his peers. So I want to ask you, what did you experience in motherhood, or how exactly did motherhood help you to understand, to now have an understanding of what your mom or your dad was were going through then, and you thought that, oh, they abandoned me, they are not giving me enough attention?
I had this particular question is kind of deep because I have to go into the whole story.
Okay.
I actually had what they call this thing, depression after giving birth, and that was because I had to stay in a place that wasn't comfortable for me.
Okay.
So I had to stay with my in-laws as at that time, and my ex-husband was not there for me.
Okay.
So literally I had to do everything by myself, from taking care of the child. His mom was a teacher, and you know teachers have to go to work like early in the morning and come back in the afternoon, and there was nobody to stay with me at home.
Yeah.
And this is like my first time giving birth or experience.
Of
Even
course.
when my sisters gave birth, I was not there to like experience what they were going through.
Okay.
So, and it was in a very different location. It's not a place where anybody could stay with me to like help me out. So going through the stress of feeding him, caring for him, you know, take care of his things. I have to like bag him, wash his clothes, do a lot of things. All those things actually affected me. And I was just thinking, like, how did my mom do this thing? This is just one. We're not talking about like 4. She had 6 children. 2 are dead. So I was like, this thing is not easy. And I could remember at that time, that was, like I said, that was the moment I forgave them like completely, because even though I was going through that, they wanted to like come, and my mom was literally ready to come and stay with me. But as at then, my ex-husband insisted that nobody was allowed to like come around to stay with me. I have to do everything on my own, because to him, it feels like he was preparing me for womanhood, like he was preparing me for motherhood. Yeah.
Okay.
So they were always calling, you know, checking up on me, asking if I was okay and all of that. And after that period, when I got back to Ile-Ife, because I got married in Ife, I was staying in Ife then. After I got back to Ife, she came around to stay with me for like a month.
That is your mom, right?
Yes. And that month was like the best of my life.
Amazing.
You know, literally the only thing I have to do is when the baby needs to be fed. Every other thing,
She did.
I would sleep, I would go out, leave the baby at home. I was just enjoying my life. And I'm like, you know what? This woman, I'm forgiving you.
Amazing.
So I think that it was at that point that I actually let go of everything. And the way my dad was so there for me at that 1 month, trying to talk to my ex-husband, beg him and all of that. I was like, so these people actually care? These people love me this much. So that was just it for me. It was that moment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let's talk about your ex-husband. You know, you spoke about your marriage, your ex-husband. How was marriage for you, or how did you see marriage before you got married? And what changed for you as far as marriage is concerned
Marriage.
after the divorce?
Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
I thought. I was with this person for 5 years. Let me just say, from my part 2 till we graduated.
Before you guys got married.
Yes. We were dating and all of that. So after school, when we were preparing to like get married and all, you know, there's this thing they say about men that you can't see a man 100% when you guys are not married yet.
Okay.
And there's this part of them that you see after marriage. And the fact is that you would have seen the signs. But most times we ladies ignore it. I was dealing with a traditional man, a man that believes in how he was brought up, literally. So getting married, he wanted the kind of life that maybe his parents were living. And right now in the 21st century, sir, there are some things that are actually not necessary. So the whole marriage period, you know, even before I gave birth, I was already noticing those patterns. And then after I gave birth, it was tiring having to take care of a child, take care of the home, and still get complaints like you're not doing anything. So it was really a lot for me. So for me, even like I said, marriage is a beautiful thing. It's not just for everybody. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Do you think you were prepared for it before you entered?
I would say no. And like I said, I was not very close to my family as when I was in school.
Okay.
So the only person I could talk to was him. So to me, it was like the perfect person. It was the family I never had. So that was the reason why I went ahead, like immediately after school. I think, no, like a year after school, I was just like, you know what, even when I went back home after school, I was not okay with it. So I just wanted to like leave the house and be on my own. Let me even start my own family. Let me be in control. That was
You were that excited about marriage?
Yes, as at then.
Amazing.
So for me, that was it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. You mentioned the other time that when you gave birth, you had to go and stay with your in-law, and you were not allowed to have maybe your brother or your sister or maybe a cousin to come and stay with you as at then. Can you walk us through why that was and how that made you feel in that period of time?
Okay. I gave birth December 24th, that's the date Christmas. And normally, when it's Christmas period, like 2 days before Christmas, we always go to his family.
It's a tradition everywhere. Everybody travels around.
Yeah. So we'll come back after Christmas. So during that period, we already know the baby was coming. And I just like talk to him, maybe we should stay in Ife for just that year. But at that time, he gave me reasons why I feel like we should actually go home so they can take care of me better, according to him. You know, staying alone with him here might not be able to take care of the child, and my parents might not be able to come too because it's Christmas period and we also celebrate Christmas at home. So I agreed to that, and then we went home. Remember, we went home on the 23rd, a day too. And the first thing I noticed was getting there. Normally, I was thinking, oh, we'll go to a proper hospital to like, and then they took me to like a clinic. I'm not even going to call it a clinic. It's just all this small place where, like in the area where people get treatment and all of that.
Get drugs and all
Yeah,
that.
so we went there for like test, just check, and then that midnight, I fell into labor. So they took me back there, and that was where I gave birth. Even though I told him I would have loved to like give it in a proper hospital. So at that point, I was not okay with it. I'm grateful it actually went where there was no complications, there was no issue, but I was not happy about that. And then on getting back home, I was discharged that same day. On getting back home, you know, the whole excitement, everybody was around, but all of that always lasts you, naming. After a minute, everybody will go back to their house.
Obviously.
Exactly. So the first week after I gave birth, he told me he had to come back to Ife to work, according to him. So I was there alone with his mom. And like I said, his mom is a teacher, so she has to go to work. So most times I'm just on my own. And there are so many times, you know, of course I understand that she might be stressed from work, you know, night. I know kids, like children now, they wake up, they don't sleep at night.
Yeah.
And during the day, there are so many things I have to do too. So I do not have enough time to rest. And the nights that I'm supposed to use to rest is mom to be tired from work.
Were you still running your business even in the midst of this chaos?
Yes, I worked till a day. So the day I gave birth, I was still working. I only took a 1 week break. That was the week I gave birth, immediately after. But I wasn't working physically. I was just working online. Like I was just working online. I was not doing my business at that time.
Amazing.
So the whole story went like that. And then I tried communicating to him that, because my mom actually has like a part of her family in Oshobo.
Okay.
So she wanted somebody to come and stay with me from their side there in Oshobo, but he was like, no, that he doesn't want that. That he wants me to do it on my own, which I still don't know the reason to do it. And I know, but I don't even want to ask. But he said he wanted me to like do it on my own. So it was very, very stressful. And no, it was a moment I cannot even forget. The stress was a lot on me.
Amazing.
You know, you wake up, you cry. You want to go to bed, you cry. The baby will be crying, so you'll be crying. Let's cry together. That was what was happening most of the time.
Amazing.
So that was just it. I just felt at that point like, this person is at least. That was the only word that was just coming like. And I feel like maybe because it was not experienced, it was not there. You know, if it was there and he saw what was happening, he would have understood better. But it was not even there. to like experience what I was going through.
Amazing. The other time you were speaking about how you were completely depressed after pregnancy, and I try to check here. The term that I have here is they call it postpartum depression.
Exactly.
And it is very real. I can see so many researches, so many. Of course, some people still say it's a lie, it's this, it's that. But you went through it. You understand exactly how it feels.
Exactly.
You practically lived through it. So I want to ask you, how did you rise above that? How did you surmount that phase of your life, even after pregnancy?
You know, there was a timing, and that was a month. He told me I have to stay there for a month. So at that point, all I need to do is just, you know what, cope for that 1 month. Then you can go back to your normal life. So, of course, the first 2-3 weeks, I still do not want to agree to the fact that, yes, I'm doing, like, I am actually depressed and I'm going through all of this. I still don't want to agree. But I think the last week, I just realized that, hey, you've done this in 3 weeks. You can do it.
For the last week?
Yes. Yeah. So immediately, I was done with that phase and they said it's time to go back home. I said, finally, time has come. So getting back to Ife, like I said, my mom came immediately to stay with me, and that actually helped me. Everything I missed for that 1 month, I did it.
So your mom helped you to get out of that depressing thoughts,
Yes.
I mean, those
she took care of
depressing
the
thoughts.
child. You know, we had conversations, and at that time, I think that was when they also raised money for me for the first time, because when I gave birth, I did not have a store. I was just selling online. So after that, I just told my mom, you know what, I want to bounce back better, because like I said, I was doing it online. So I was not selling physically. So when she came, she was like, no, we are going to do this. So then I remember they gave me 700,000 that year. That was 2021.
How did that make you feel?
Very good.
Did they collect it back from you?
Yeah, so they did. But it was an investment.
Did they collect interest from you?
No, yes, I paid back. They actually collected a loan for me.
Oh, for you.
Yes.
But the fact that they went to that, did they tell you before they collected the loan?
Yes, I told her what I wanted.
Okay.
And at that point, they did not have it. So they were like, okay, let's do this. I'll collect the loan for you. It's something they have done before, which I think they had an issue with it. So she was at first scared to actually do it again. She was like, show my up and me, Mo. I don't know what will happen to
you. You didn't even give them the assurance that you're going to pay back.
I did not.
And
but they were like, yes. But my dad was like, ma worry. So they gave me that money, and I opened my first store in Ife then at Baraki. And from there, that was like the breakthrough for me. And for that 1 month thing, I forgot about it immediately. Amazing. I just wanted to like focus on my life and on my business.
Amazing. Yeah. So what was the place of your marriage in all this after you bounced back? Was that what led to the end of the marriage itself, or was there something else there?
From that point, the feelings already changed. What I now feel was no longer love, because I felt like he abandoned me. And
that's after you came back to Ife?
Yes.
He didn't reach out to you?
No, it was reaching out. It comes on Saturday and leaves on Sunday. Spend a day with us. But the fact that even after everything I was saying I was going through, he did not want to listen to it and he did not do anything about it. I felt like maybe he doesn't want me anymore. And getting back to Ife at that time, the only thing that was on my head is I just want to make my money. Maybe because as at that time, even though I was making money, it was doing majorly almost everything. So I feel like maybe it's because I was depending on him. That's why it does not say that I have any right in the marriage or to make some decisions in the marriage. So the only thing that was on my mind was I just want to make my own money too. And then, like I said, it already changed how I felt about him. Though we're still able to like go through that marriage for like the first 1.5 years after I gave birth. But I knew deep down myself that this was not the man I got married to. And even though throughout the first year, we're trying to like mend things, like maybe things are going to go back to normal or get better, but it did not. So my marriage was just there.
Okay.
Of course, I do what I'm supposed to do as a wife. You know, take care of the home, feed the home, take care of my child and all, but nothing too deep.
Amazing. You mentioned earlier when you were talking about how you guys practically were best friends in school. You even mentioned the fact that it was like the only family that you talked to then, because you were not obviously close to your family the way you are close to them now. Do you think from his perspective, or did he tell you maybe one or two things that happened to him that made him to have that shift?
Like I said, I knew he was a traditional man.
Even before the marriage?
Yes. But I think it is actually normal. When you're dating someone, you want to, there is this thing that comes with dating, the relationship aspects. You want to be responsible for the person you're dating. You want them to know you're like the perfect match for them. More like I feel like he was trying to impress me throughout the dating period.
Okay.
So when we
But that
got
lasted
married,
for 5 years.
yes, he did.
So people can pretend for 5 years.
I won't say pretend.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't know his own. Well, I noticed some things that later
someone
happened.
can try to impress someone for 5 years. 5
People
years is a long
people
time.
can impress you for 10 years. So
Amazing.
until they get what they want.
Amazing.
So for me.
So what do you think happened to him? Do you think something happened to him in his mind or psychologically? What made him to start seeing you in a different light, or what made him to have that shift from the guy that was trying to impress you, or the guy that was loving everywhere, to a guy that was not now checking up, and that gap was created?
I just feel like at the point that we got married, he knew that I was not going anywhere. Like, oh, finally, we are married. So I feel like that was the point he was able to like show his true self. Not in a bad way. But it was not just what I was used to.
The traditional man.
Yes, you have to wake up in the morning, clean the house. This is literally somebody that does it himself before. Cooking. He's even the one that washed plates before. And all of a sudden we got married. Oh, you have to sweep. You have to take care of the house. You have to cook. You have to take care of your child. And I'm like, in everything I say I should. What is no, as a man, my duty is to provide for the family. And
sit down and watch TV.
That's I said, like a traditional man. That is how all of them are. Like, if you ask our fathers, that's how they do. So I feel like he wanted that. But because I was already used to the old aim, it was not easy for me to if it's something I was already used to, I would not have an issue. So
you think it's possible to be used to that kind of a traditional minded mind? Minded man.
We had that topic in church, and I said it is actually possible. Okay. If I had known, we could have agreed on getting a maid before marriage.
Okay. Or so you can do the traditional whatever full time.
So we would have agreed on it.
So you don't have any problem with having a maid, as long as
I don't personally. I don't, because I believe there should be trust in marriage before you even decide to get married to someone. So I don't have an issue with maid. But the fact that after we got married, that was when I saw that part, and then he still doesn't want a maid. So it was not really easy for me, and I'm a very, very lazy somebody.
Okay, what do you mean you're lazy somebody? Because you have lots of.
I'm a very small girl.
I want us to talk about your business.
Yeah, I get
your business, your entrepreneur.
I'm a small girl, and there's limits to what I can do. I get tired very fast. Of course, cooking is not a problem, or washing plate, but like doing everything, this is something you can do for 2 hours in the morning. And don't forget, I have a business. It's a different thing if I'm a full housewife. Yes. If I'm a full housewife, I would not have an issue. And our work is actually very, very stressful, because at that time, I was literally the one doing everything. Posting online, taking all the orders, packing goods, restocking and everything.
And sending them out.
Yes. So it was a lot on me. So I could not do everything together.
So the marriage, did it die a silent death, or it was formally signed that, you know what, I don't have anything to do with you again, go your way, I go my way, or it just died a silent death like that?
I feel like, I don't even know, I can't remember the whole scenario, but I know that something actually, one thing led to the other, and then I started noticing maybe he wanted to like move on with another person that he was trying to travel out to as at that time. So there were so many things that happened together, which I would not want to it is personal life. I would not want to say too much about him. So he just told us, after the whole issue, he told us, or he told me, not us now, to come and pack my things. So
how did that make you feel?
Like I said, it's not like I was fully attached or attracted to him. At that time when he said I should pack, of course, I tried to have a conversation, which he did not welcome.
Okay, so at the time that he asked you to pack, you had already detached yourself in your mind.
Yes.
So
from the moment...
Does that mean you were ready for anything that was going to come?
Actually, I was. Because even before that time, we already had a case of divorce. Like, he wanted me to divorce him, which I had to involve family, my pastor and everybody. And I had to, talk to him. So after that first time that I tried it, I already knew this guy was not in this thing with me anymore. So I was already preparing for the worst as at then. Amazing. And when he eventually told us, myself and my son.
Obviously, I thought that when you said told us, I know you were talking about. So
I just packed my things. We did not even communicate for a year plus after that before we now decide to decide on co-parenting, maybe when child is on holiday, you can visit you or something like that.
Is this still in Nigeria?
Yes, it's in Ilefe.
Is this still fully involved in the child's life?
Like I said, we had a break.
Okay, taking care, sending money, all those things.
We had a break for a year plus that we did not communicate at all. So I think it was when I was around 3. That we not all 2 plus that was 3.
So you're literally the only person that was responsible for those period of time. So
we tried to communicate, and then he pays school fee while I take care of every other thing. So that's all.
You were talking about your pastor the other time, and the tone that you spoke about him made me to want to talk about him. How was he there for you? How did he...
I don't want to be emotional. I don't want to be emotional, but...
How was he there for you? What were the things, what were the practical steps that he took that made you to feel like, this man was sent from God to me?
They tried. They even had to, I don't want to mention him, they had to involve a lot of people from the ministry.
That is from your ministry?
Yes. The daddies.
Okay.
Because when we're having the back and forth, Pastor Seth could not do it anymore. He had to involve his own spiritual fathers.
Wow.
So talk to us, and we tried, like I said, on 3 or 4 different occasions where they called us.
Were they trying to resolve it? Were they trying to make you guys to come back together?
Exactly. And that time we're still together. They're trying to just make us stay in that marriage. And then immediately we get home, everybody's on their own again. I don't just know, but I just feel like both of us lost that spark. That thing that was there before was no longer there. So even when everybody was trying, so the moment they were talking to us, I would be very calm. I'll be like, okay, let's try this again.
Would you be very calm too?
Yes, both of us. We can get home and do normal that day. Following morning.
24 hours after.
So I just feel like, at some point, Pastor was just like, whatever we decide to do, we should first take our time, which we did. Even after we separated, we did not send any divorce letter for a period of a year plus before he eventually sent it to me.
Why was that? Was it because you're still looking, okay, if there's going to be a
exactly, maybe we can, even when he told me, so
and
after
the pastor was involved in all
the process, yes. He knew about it, and it was, even when we separated, when I went back home, I still come, because then I was staying in Ibadan. I come to Ife, to church and all of that. So it was always asking me, Sheyi Susu, how is this thing? Sheyi on tray. But able to I would still say to few months back, he still believes that something can still happen. But both of us already knew that, this one
is gone.
This is gone.
Amazing.
So that was just it.
Amazing. So do you think, what is it that you think your pastor cannot do for you right now?
That I cannot do?
For you?
I'm not sure there's anything my pastor cannot do. That man is my spirit. Let's just say my second father. Because literally any step I want to take, I make sure I communicate to him, and he always helped me. I was, especially spiritually, I was very, very weak.
Of course, because of the whole situation.
I was very weak. So getting myself back, trying to get myself back, they were there. The whole house, not just my pastor, yes, everybody. So the love was there. I think that was one of the things that helped me Came back on my feet very fast, and my family too, they were there.
So
it
how
actually
do you feel now? What's the energy that you feel, or what's the vibe that you feel from your pastor or from your church, especially when you see other married people, especially again when you see married people that you actually went
I
for their wedding.
get
So
that
how
feeling.
how does the church, or how does the pastor especially make you feel? Or what, people make people feel things beyond the words. For example, as we are talking right now, there is a certain energy that you are giving me, that I'm also giving you beyond the words that I'm speaking, beyond the smiles, beyond the everything. Because people can practically tell you nice things, and it's something else entirely that's going on in their heart. And people can also think nice things to you, and their facial expression may not. So beyond the words that they speak to you, beyond the nice words, the nice messages, when you enter the church, or whenever you have the opportunity to speak with your pastor, what are the feelings that you feel, or what exactly do you feel? What's the vibe?
There is this program we used to do in church for couples. Actually, this Valentine period. I remember like 2 years ago when we were doing that program, I was like, Jesus, see my life.
Oh, you were thinking about it.
Yes, as I did. But one thing I noticed was that I don't feel that anymore. And I think maybe because I made a decision after the marriage or when I wanted to leave, that if that marriage does not work, I do not want to go into another one. I just want to be a single mom and focus on my son. That was my plan.
Then.
So it was easy for me. If you like, what I wish you wear the same clothes to church. I will even compliment you. And of course, there are like situations of people that got married after you got married, and you'll be like
that you were even there when they were dating.
I even bought clothes. I wore Ashwebi, and I was still them in church at first at the early stage of the whole issue. It was not really okay for me. It was not comfortable. After service, I would just leave. I don't want to talk to anybody. But I think after a few months, I was back to my normal self. Maybe because of the decision I also made, it was very easy for me to just be myself. I'm even closer to most married couples than single ones in church. Maybe because of the fact that most of them got married after I got married, and we were already close before they got married, so it was easy for me to talk to the wife, talk to the husband, So
the fact that it's easy for you to talk to the wife, husband, vibe with any one of them, what do you think is responsible for you? Do you think it's because of the environment that you are in? I mean, the church environment now.
Yes.
What could you say? Is it more of your personal decision, or more of the environment within the church? Which, of course, your pastor spared obviously.
I think it's both.
Okay.
Both my decision and the fact that I was welcomed back. If it was to some church, even that's the reason I still don't go to my home church to date. The way people will be looking at you is as if you are the biggest sinner. When they see you, and they don't understand what you've been through, they don't know where you're coming from. The only thing in their head is somewhere. So most times I don't even want to go. But nobody even. I've not noticed, of course, I do not expect that people will not talk.
Yeah, obviously.
But the fact that they don't say it to my face or act, it made me feel very, very comfortable.
And you don't feel awkward whenever you're around them?
No, at all. And then I think maybe Pastor I think he addressed it too.
Oh, really?
So, yes,
you mean
I think
he practically addressed it?
I think
no, that you said there's nothing he cannot do for you.
I was not there, but I think he addressed it. Because even that time, I said I was in Ibadan. There is this thing we do every Saturday, every morning, workers meeting that I don't go for because I have to travel from Ibadan to Ife. So before I get to Ife, they are done. And it'll be like, oh, Maro Plola, Sheyi Susu for now. Yes, he spoke to my choir coordinator to make them understand that she's traveling down, she cannot make it. And even with that, everybody was actually I did not even expect that everybody would be cool. Nothing changed. Everybody was still shady. The only thing is that when I got married, everybody was Mrs. What? And I was not comfortable with it. So at the early stage of my marriage, they were already calling me my name. Just call me Sheyi Susu. Sheyi Susu is okay for me. So the name was still the name they were calling me. So I was okay with it. Even till now, they still use the surname to call me in church.
Sometimes okay. To joke around. Amazing. It's good to hear the amazing impact that your pastor and it shows the kind of leader that I'm not very close with him. Of course, I know him. I've seen two of his clips online, and all that. It shows that it's truly a man of God. Because you said earlier that you don't even go to your family church where you were born, because you now decide to come, you even decide to travel sometimes down, because you know that I'm coming home.
Exactly.
I'm coming to where I'm going to be accepted. I'm going to be welcome. Amazing. I want us to talk about your business. You do so many things. You have so many pages. When I went to your page, when I went to Instagram and TikTok, I was trying to check, okay, who is it? Because that's practically one of the first things that we do here. We go to check the work that our people have done, and what have they posted about, what have they talked about, just to get to know them first from afar before we get to have the chance to have a meeting with them. And you have a fashion store, you have an empire, you have this, you have that. How do you manage all these things? And I noticed that all your social media pages, which is not even 2, 3, I saw all of them, they were active. Because I decided to check, okay, when was even the last time that she posted? And I saw that, okay, for example, you still posted today 4 hours ago or so before the show. Am I right?
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah. So how do you manage all this? And being a single mom.
Exactly, I get. I think, like I said, I used to do them all alone before. And there's this thing I used to manage my time. I know how to manage my time very well. I always plan out my week before the week even starts. Most time I plan out my week every Sunday. After church, when I get home, I already plan out everything I want to do. From my posting, how I want to post on my social media. And I did not open up the business at the same time. Okay. So once one is fully set up, that's when I move to my next project. So when I started and I opened Sheyi Susu Fashion Empire, just selling clothes and all of that, at some point I realized I had other skills. Like I said, I am actually very skilled in. That's why till now, even if I have staffs, I can easily notice their errors. I can notice whatever they're doing wrong. I can manage my social media as myself. You do promotion
by yourself, you dance, you sing, you do spoken word.
Yeah.
Come on.
Also create content. So most times when they do things, it's actually made it easy for me. Basically, at some point I had to employ staffs, but even till date, I still plan. When I tell them to give me content calendar, I still have to check through it and rearrange it the way I want. Because there is how I want people to see my brand, right? So I create my content calendar most times myself. When they shoot some and edit. I shoot some on my own. I'm even going to the studio after this.
After this session.
But yeah, okay. To shoot some content for my brand. So once I have it all planned out like that, I have social media managers that manage my page, and I give instructions every morning. We have meetings our work start by 9 a.m. We have meetings by 8:30 to 9. So I'll give instructions for the daily things each person has to do, and then we close by 5. So by 8, 9, I'm home to check through. Did everybody achieve what they're supposed to achieve and all of that? Then I think because I've been dealing with people for a long time, it's made it easy for me to also deal with
tracking back to how you used to assist mommy then, as a trader. I
already have an idea of how everything is supposed to be. So it's made my business very easy. Even when I opened my second brand, which is Susu Initiated digital brand, I train people that want to do business and all. I'm presently managing both brands together right now. As at last month, I told my manager said that, you know what? I was having a show with some staff, sack all of them. Okay. I want to do it myself. This month, I'm working with just 2 staffs.
So it's just 2% and yourself.
Myself, then my manager. But my manager does not actually do the main work.
So we can say 3 people have been the one doing all the amazing things that I started.
Yes. And I told him, we want to do it for a month. Let's say. And actually, it works better for me when I do it myself than when I delegate it to people. And that is one thing everybody has noticed. So I told him, you know what? Especially, we are presently on sales. And this sales, when I wanted to start the sales, it was like, man, let's employ more people. Yes. Let's employ more people. I said, no, we are going to do this alone. And right now, we post 20 videos a day. And that's those videos, I edit all of them myself, send it to the person that will post it. And I still have to monitor the way they post it. We also have a new branch here now in Ife. So we have 3 social medias that we are managing. I'm the one managing the one in Ife.
And there are branches all around.
Yes, we have Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan. and then
How do you coordinate all these branches?
Most times my stores are not fully opened for working customers. I use my stores for sales. That's why my method is kind of different from every other person. So I organize sales maybe once in a month for a particular store. So we focus on that particular location.
So you're focusing on Ife for this month, for the birthday sale?
The birthday sales is in Lagos, but it is online.
Okay, so people can order from anywhere.
So from there, we are rounding it up in Abuja branch. Then from there, we are now coming to Ife, into Lagos.
Do you have any point in time where you experienced a loss in the business or a failure that you just wanted to just give up and just, you know
I started this year. It happens a lot.
Let's talk about the most recent one.
Okay. I took a break. That was the mistake I made.
Okay.
December last year, after working, I decided to take a 1 month break to put in a new structure for my business. I realized that we worked so much last year. We made the money, but we could not get results. So I was like, you know what? We cannot keep doing this thing like this. The money is coming in and we don't know where the money is going to. So let's just put in a structure. So we had to put in a better structure this year, starting from staffs to our pricing. Because that was one of the first problem I had. I was just looking at, selling my goods very fast. I wasn't looking at the profit. So we worked on that. We got a lawyer for the business. You know, especially for the kind of business I do, we always have issues with customers.
Okay.
And customers can't do anything. I've gone through a lot with customers, even to the point of somebody coming to my store to come and arrest me on goods. So I realized that, you know what, I need to get a lawyer for my business too. Because at some point, there are some things that are actually wrong. Because there is this quote that customers used to tell you, they'll tell you customers are right, but they are forgetting there's something after customers are right. It's for your choice. It is not about whatever. You cannot act some kind of way and expect, as a vendor, of course, we are supposed to act cool, but it cannot always be like that. So I've had so many cases like that actually helps me. It's like, you know what, I have to put a new structure for my business. So I think this January, the break I took affected a lot because we lost, I think, about 70% of our customers. Because customers are not going to wait for you. That's just one thing.
Was it because of the people that you put in charge when you took that break?
I were not doing anything at all.
They were not doing anything.
I gave everybody break. I mean, the whole business was on break.
Okay.
So we're posting, but we're not posting goods. We're just posting maybe business tips. We're just educating people for that January. So when we wanted to come back, you know, I think something happened in 2025 that made a lot of people change their mind to starting a business this 2026.
Okay.
So
what do you mean by that?
What
do you mean a lot more people decided to start business?
Exactly. A lot of people joined this business in January. And that means that more competition.
Okay.
So when people are coming into the business, they don't even mind selling with 200 naira. I was still saying that thing yesterday. I still saw that thing. This girl was literally selling with 200 naira. I said, this product. And the fact is, I understand that they are just starting. They want to first gather customers.
Gather the customers, yeah.
And of course, some customers are loyal. Customers will be loyal, exactly. But that's like 30% of your customers. Remaining 70%. So when they see things cheaper, of course, myself I will buy.
Amazing.
So I understand that. So we lost a lot of them. So coming back, it was really hard in February, though we made sales, but it was not the way it used to be. So we now had to practically start from scratch again, which we were able to do throughout that February and March. And we thank God it has gotten better than what it was when we started in February. Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so very much for being on the show. It has been an amazing time.
Thank you.
You speak so well. And I can say that's the reason I saw Fela, even though I'm very sure if he's here, he would correct me. Because I was asking, he was telling me his name is Fela. I said, Fela. I was even trying to talk about the Fela Nikulakpo. He said, no. My name is
Adeagbo. you know, maybe because I don't like it too. Okay. Whenever I'm beside and they're like, Mom, you Fela, Adeagbo.
Why you don't want people to
call the complete name?
Oh, amazing!
My son is not Fela.
Adeagbo. Oh, I think that's where he got that from. So we're about to end the show right now. Okay. It has been an amazing time. I don't want this to end. You've been an amazing guest. Thank you so much for opening up. Thank you for going beyond the surface to speak about yourself. A lot of things that I never heard, and I'm very sure a lot of people that are in this room with us would not have even heard that. Now, speaking with Adefela, I want you to, because we have a tradition here. Before the end of the show, we ask our guests to write something. But for you, I want you to write a special message to him
Okay.
for when he's 10 years old, when he's 13 years old, and when he's 20 years old. Special message to him for when
What
he's
kind of
10 years
message?
old. Could be anything. Special message to him, my darling son. This is the message that I want to. That I know. How old is he currently?
He will be 5 this year.
He'll be 5. So he's 5. Ready?
No, it's 4 presently.
4. So it's going to be, well, when you said 5 this year, I
Yeah.
just felt it's 5
Is
already.
it? No,
Yes.
December.
He said, oh,
It's still
December is still 5. It's 5, it's 5. You can still count it that way, that is already 5. Amazing. So you're going to write a message specially for him. You're going to send a message to him. And the message is going to be for his 10th birthday, his 13th birthday. That is when he's entering the teenage year, and the 20th birthday.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, you're going to write it down for him. So
Am I going to take it home?
you don't need to say it. It's for us here. It's for him.
It's
So
for
we
him.
send it to
Oh.
him. Yeah, it's a special, specially created message that we're going to send to him when he's 10, when he's 13, and when he's 20, on behalf of his mom.
Okay, am I going to write this while on the show or after?
Yeah, you're
we're
going to
done?
write it now. while
Now.
on the show. Yes.
Hey, my son, what do I want to write to you? Okay.
So it can be one message each.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 10th birthday, for the 13th birthday, and then the 20th birthday.
Am I supposed to remove this?
Yeah, you can remove it. You can just stick it there. It's a full letter.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Amazing. Finally, what would you tell any young girl? What would you tell any young lady that is excited about marriage right now? What piece of advice would you give to any young lady that is about to get married and is excited about marriage right now?
It's good to be excited, but please take your time to think it through again before making that decision. You can never take it back. And regardless of whatever happens in the marriage, it's still going to always tell on you as a woman. So make sure you're making the right choice for yourself. Like I said, always take your time. That was one thing I think there I made.
Amazing.
Take enough time.
Do you
Nobody's
regret
rushing
that?
you. I do. I
You
got
do?
married very early. I got married at 21. I was right.
Amazing.
20.
So how do you deal with the regrets now? I mean, the feeling of the regrets each time it comes.
That's why I want to like take more time or enough time before I reconsider getting married again.
So you're reconsidering getting
I
married?
started
again?
reconsidering last year December after my pastor spoke to me.
Amazing. Pastor for the win again.
They've been on my matter for over a year now.
Amazing.
So I decided we'll reconsider but not now.
Not now. Amazing. The fact that you are even reconsidering, looking at the experience that you went through, I think is a good step forward. So we shouldn't rush you. Amazing. Thank you once again
Thank you so
for being
much,
on this
sir.
show.
Thank you, sir.